Hummer, Hummer, na digital blessing. High tech, they rise, no stress. Money boy on the beat. I see numbers on my screen. Green candles make me lean. My people, them, they win. High tech, they flow like stream. Enough we go down. Now only young we know. All my people gather round. Make we show them how we grow. High tech, na juju money. Juju money. Price, they rise infinitely. My God, that's just this blessing. This blessings. Digital money, no go rest, oh. No rest. Sharp pattern, they confirm. Every trader, they affirm. All time high, no be ceiling. Market makers, them, they feeling. My brother, check his stats. Numbers climbing like that. New record every day. High tech, show them the way. Enough we go down.
All right, so seems like we can start. Just allow me quickly to confirm if the sound is fine. Sorry if to keep you waiting. It will be resolved literally in a minute. Just I'm going to live stream for quite a while, so I don't want to talk to myself for this long. Okay, everything is fine. Sorry guys to keep you waiting. So yeah, we can start. So my name is Hightech, of course. I'm the creator of Hightech Meme Coin. And on these live streams, I talk about what just happened today in the cryptocurrency market, and I also explain why Hightech is a very revolutionary approach to the meme coin scene, and I'm 100% sure that is going to be a blueprint for many similar projects in the upcoming future. So bear with me. So let's go over to what is going on here. Of course, here I'm tracking what is going on in the live chat. If you guys got any questions, then ask them. I will try to, as soon as I notice, of course, I will try to answer to them. If it's about the markets, if it's about high tech, I will be clearing all of the doubts possible. And by the way, I just noticed somebody has purchased a small chunk of high tech, which is super cool. So that would mean that we are welcoming another hodler. So we will have 60 by now. I mean, here it reflects 59, but I think it will be 60. I will not start from this the live stream, but since it happened literally now, so I cannot not mention about it. So that's super cool. Hightech, as I said, it's my project. If you want to invest in my social media, if you want to invest in this YouTube channel, this is literally a gateway for it, right? Because this is the only project I promote, and you will not see me promoting any other project. Hence, it literally translates indirectly to my stock, right? Yeah. If you buy even a tiny chunk of it, it means you employ me to shield it for you, right? Aside from that, I'm a programmer, so I plan to add smart contracts for this token, and I will make the apps for it as well, that people will see very, very useful. I'm 100% sure of it. Why? Because it's going to have functionality that I need. I'm all about utility, right? 100% about utility. I don't care about hype, about some deep tech stuff that nobody really cares about, and nobody really even knows how to use it. I care about raw functionality for everyday life, right? So this token is going to have it. Now I'm in the process of collecting it, liquidity, creating it a market, because that's the let's say stage one of it, and it's a lifetime project, right? It's a lifetime project. Like I said, you will not see me talking about any other one. So kudos, congrats to the new hodler, even if it's a tiny amount. This is literally what I recommend. Like you don't have to go heavy here. You can literally throw at it like $1, $2, just and it will still do the job. And from these prices that we are at, from this level of development that we are at, it's like buying Bitcoin. I don't know at I don't know $100, just like here, right? It still has amazing potential for the upside here, and that will manifest sooner or later. But yeah, today I have given a little bit of a dramatic title to this live stream. That's it. I'm telling you their secrets. So yeah, I will be telling you some secrets of the market manipulators that probably most of the people have absolutely no clue about. They've got no idea that such practices are possible. Why? Because their understanding of the market is just not good enough, right? So in this space, there is very few people that really do understand how markets proceed. Me, I'm a professional. I'm a professional trader. For those that don't know, I'm a professional trader for over 11 years in the crypto, specifically in the crypto. Some people take it for downgrade. Let's say that if you were not a trader before crypto, they take it for a downgrade. Which is a little bit funny because the crypto market is functioning in really free market environment, unlike stocks, for example. unlike forex. Forex is very heavily random and heavily manipulated. S&P is very unnatural because it experiences a very frequent bailouts by the Fed. So it has literally nothing to do with real free market capitalism trading, just like crypto. I think crypto is literally the best field for yourself to trade in the to train yourself in the trading realm, and I take it as a better card. I mean, for a better card. Somebody tells me that he has multi-year experience in trading and actually started in crypto. I will take the level of his knowledge as superior to generally his trading skill as superior to whatever forex trader or whatever S&P stock trader. Why? Because his skill will be coming from free market capitalism type of market, right? Not from heavily manipulated, controlled type of market. So his knowledge will be simply superior. So me, I've been doing it over 11 years so far, and you know what? Let me quickly check if this guy is really a new hodler. No, he's not a new hodler. Okay. Oh, okay. That is why the number did not increase of hodlers. So he's been in the game for quite a while. He was buying first at $61. All right. Yeah, he's been buying since here. Here he sold a little bit, and now he's buying again. Nonetheless, kudos, kudos. Even if it's just a small amount, I still admire that, right? I still admire that because this is still very cheap. This is still very cheap. Okay, allow me to clear that one out. Again, guys, if you have any questions, ask them. I'll be, rolling with the topic. As you see here, I see live chats from here. I see them from 3 different platforms. Actually, allow me to enable Kik too, because I live stream to Kik as well. And as you see right now, I don't really have it anywhere on the screen, so that is a little bit unfair. Allow me to do it like this, and I paste it in here because I don't want to have my own live stream running in the background because it will be consuming my bandwidth. So yeah, like this, guys from Kik will also have a voice in the conversation if they are willing to, of course. Hopefully they are. And yeah. By the way, if you watch it live and you can share the link to this live stream on your social media, that will be greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated if you can do that. Because my media are still very small. My English speaking, let's say, Anglo-Sax live stream, channels are still very small. When it comes to my mother tongue, my mother tongue, I have much better position of strength than here, so that's why I need a little bit of help. I need a little bit of help before I go to we pass onto the main dish here, which is revealing you how it all really works. And should you be worried about what is going on right now in the market, or maybe should you lose your bullsack a little bit? Yeah, so as you see here, last hour in the altcoin realm, fairly green, a little bit of red. On the daily, we have quite a few really nice bubbles. Most of those big bubbles, I have a trade on them, like Hyper, SLF, IDEX. I have a trade on them through my systems. Those that watch me for at least a couple of live streams, you guys know that I have my own trading systems. Here, for example, as you see, I had exit on Bitcoin at a tiny loss because this position opened here. So 0.9% in a loss, which is perfectly fine. If you take any losses while trading, you want to keep them small, and 0.9 is literally very tiny. This is of course spot trading. I do not recommend you to trade leverage, and why? I think it will become a little bit more apparent during this live stream why you should stay away from leverage in as far distance as possible. You should never touch it. Why? Because your liquidity when you join the leverage, the margin trading crowd, your liquidity will be used for manipulating spot one way or the other. And how they do it? Because now, like, we had upward momentum where we went sideways for some time, as you see here, and it was looking very promising, and then we dumped. Jim Cramer somewhere here said that you should have some Bitcoin on Ethereum, and then shortly after we dumped, right? By the way, that guy is absolutely amazing when it comes to his inverse calls. What is it? Yeah, okay, so this guy is defending himself. Here I have a little bit of a conversation with Daponke, and because he recently he is shilling a coin that is called Uranus. And me, I like to joke about things. So I was joking that he's shilling a coin that has anus in the name. and he went berserk mode against me. Like, instead of laugh it off, he went angry mode. he started to throw punches, and yeah, my response was, bro. He called me as camera, right? He called me as camera, and he said he keep chilling your scam, you keep chilling you scam. He wrote, but I imagine he meant your scam, talking about YouTube merchant, right? So my answer was, bro, show me one personal account. Yeah, like whoever is calling me a scammer, just get me one, right? If I'm so big of a scammer, then to find one, I think it should be deadly simple. You have Ponke Shield on your profile because this guy, yeah, he clearly moisturized Ponke Cabal. You see, clearly he shields Ponke. And now you're talking about a coin with Enus in its name, right? So it gives. I mean, when you think about it, it gives an impression that you know, Ponke apparently is not paying the bills anymore, so they have to go on to pass on to another shield and keep pumping that one up. And by the way, that's very. So this one is actually. Listen to me. Oh my God! Listen to me. I didn't even plan to talk about this one, but now I'm revealing two secrets, not one. I thought I was going to reveal one secret, right? Because you guys, I mean, most of you are very new in this, and like recently on Twitch, there was some people writing me about some really basic stuff regarding meme coins, asking me, how they could start trading meme coins and such. And my answer to that is don't trade meme coins if you don't know trading. You are going to literally leave everything on table for the others to eat. My advice is just go small, step by step. Start small with high tech. It's going. I think high tech is literally the best trade you can take right now on the internet, in my humble opinion. And I'm in this for 11 years, and you can actually verify what I'm saying if you dig deep enough into it. When it comes to shields like this guy, like first of all, he says Ponke Cabal, right? Ponke Cabal. He has this avatar of his, which many of those guys from that marketing group, they also have it. So that already tells you volumes about their personalities, right? Those guys, their profiles, they have as much personality as much their avatar is multiplied in their mind. In my mind is literally the opposite. So the more people copy, the more people own the same avatar as you, the more you divide your personality by the amount of that people, right? Your let's say X personality, or social media persona, let's say, right? Your social media figure. So that's one thing, right? But they don't care because they're a marketing team, right? So they don't really care about creating a sustainable picture. That's most likely. I mean, most of the time it's just temporal. Temporal does not mean for one day or 1 week. It could even be for 1 year or 2 years. And they will be pumping one coin in this case. In this case, one coin in this case. Of course, it was the Ponke. All of the team put that picture of that meme coin in the profile, and they were pumping the Ponke. And a very common practice is that they slowly start to shield another token. When the first one is already dumped, does not put food on the table anymore, for whatever reason. Because let's say it doesn't have to be like aligned with the ground. No, it doesn't have to be. It's enough if they sold it enough, if they don't have stake big enough in that coin anymore. So they cannot apply selling pressure and cash it out anymore. So what they will do is they will slowly but firmly start to shield another coin. They will say, yeah, the Ponke is that shit, but here is another one that is also, you know, quite interesting, and who knows, maybe you should have a look at it, right? And like this, step by step, you know, month over month, they will be transitioning into shields of that next token, because now they have a huge stake in that one, and they slowly feed it to the market, they slowly feed it to their public, and and you know, and they slowly redistribute the stake they have, right? So, and he's even saying Uranus blue chip still prime, blah blah blah. So it's a very, like I said, they literally, what they do, they follow a very common scheme, right? And at some point they will even change. They will, and because this guy is Didix Moon, right, 14, so it's not related. His real his handle is not related to the name of his profile. So he can anytime. Right now he's the Pong creator. He can be the Uranus, right, because he's shilling Uranus. So those guys, they have zero problem with doing that, and if you buy that the Ponka, for example, or later Uranus, at some point you are going to get left alone, right, with that box. That team will go, you know, that bunch, that cabal, as they call themselves, they will pass on to completely another coin. And if you still hold that, I don't know, the Ponka or Uranus, you are going to left with it, be left with it. So that's why it's like there is zero comparison in between what they do and what I do, because me, I emitted a meme coin with my face on it, right? So now there is a heavy responsibility on myself to keep it running, right? Because if I don't keep it running, then what will that make of me, right? I mean, one could say, okay, Trump emitted, let's say, issued his own meme coin, and it dumped heavy, and he doesn't really give an F about it. Yeah, that's true, but I'm not Donald Trump in that sense. I mean, I respect him for certain things. He definitely could do much more, but apparently there was literally zero idea, zero any deeper thought behind, you know, what to do with that coin after it's redistributed. Only once he invited hodlers to a dinner party, and that was it. I don't know why my cooling tray stopped working. Okay, even though this laptop actually does not need a cooling tray, but I always like to keep my equipment cold. It's good for the battery, though, if you haven't known it. If you have a gaming laptop like this one, this one is Asus Zephyrus G16 from last year. So it's a gaming laptop. So you know, those, of course, they can get quite hot at times, or warm. Most of the time, they are warm. So why it makes sense to keep them cool, because of the battery, right? Because the more differences, the more, let's say, the more how do you say it? How is it called? How is it called, that thing? Yeah, magnitude. The more magnitude of temperature you serve to. Oh my God, I forgot one of the most basic words in the dictionary. The more magnitude of temperature you serve to the battery, the more it wears off, right? So you want to, for the sake of the battery, so it does not. I mean, you conserve it very well. You want to maintain the temperature in as small brackets of temperature as possible. So that's why, you know, whenever you use it, you use a cooling tray, and you don't let it to go to like warm/hot temperatures, and that will serve it for long years very well. So, you know, yeah, here is another secret I'm telling you. You probably have not known about. Yeah, the huge swings of temperature they degrade battery much faster than, for example, zeroing your battery frequently, which is also not good for the generation the lithium ion batteries, that generation of batteries. So yeah, but this is a little bit of an off topic. So yeah, first secret, of course, is that one that I did not even plan on revealing. That's literally what those guys do. So have awareness of it and act accordingly. Does that mean you're not able to earn the money with them? Yeah, of course you are able to earn the money, because for some time, at least for some time, they will try to shield it. They will try to pump it. At times they will be very successful with it. When all of the lines come together, let's say. But generally, those coins, the trajectory of their value is zero, so they are heading to zero. The only thing is that in the meantime they experience considerably big swings, and that's it. but sooner or later they will fade, right? They will fade away. So the best approach to them is just to trade them if you know how to trade. If you don't know how to trade, then stay away from them, because you're going to commit too many mistakes. And it's better if you invest in hard assets, in hard coins that are aiming to deliver functionality. Is going to work for you much better. And here, as you see, we keep dumping. We keep dumping. So yeah, so where this one is coming from? This is that's the meat and potato of today's live stream. Why is it dumping? Right? Are we going down with this sector? With Bitcoin and with altcoins? Is that it? Is the cycle over? Should we just sell everything and go home and wait, I don't know, for another 4 years for things to get better? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've been talking about it on my live streams for quite a few days already. Where is the profitability? Where it lays? Where lies the profitability of the big players? And it definitely is not in dumping this market, because this is summer season. So since we pumped for the summer season, and we have pumped, they will have to if they want to dump this market now, they will have to overpay gross amounts in spreads. So that for sure is not the most profitable thing they can do. But how they can use this low liquidity right now is for liquidating the derivatives market, right? So that's why I keep telling you, stay away from leverage, because leverage is composed of gamblers, people that don't understand. They have literally zero chance of winning there. If they win, it's by accident, literally by accident. Sometimes they have series of wins, but that's very short lasting. No pun intended. and yeah, when the liquidity is low, they will be exploiting it, right? So how they do it? How exactly they do it? They loop the spot market with derivatives market. So for example, if they see there was a big pile of longs beneath the current price, right, on derivatives market, what they will do, they will open short, and on the spot market, sorry, this is the worst arrow I have ever. Oh, this one is even worse. That's supposed to be an arrow, yeah, like this, yeah. So they will open a short, right? And it's not going to be a one huge short that you can see in the order book. It's going to be multiple small shorts that look like some mass of people, some part of the trading crowd is betting on, right? It's going to be it's going to look very natural in the order book, like nothing artificial. They may even, in the meantime, they can open in the order book. They can open a long position, sitting like somewhere close, but in a very safe position from last price, to spoof the market, right? One large long position to spoof the market. So to make market think that the big players right now are betting big on the price going high. So they of course, in those conditions, they will think, okay, so we must long too. In the meantime, they will actually be willing to short the market and grab all of that liquidity, right? Grabbing liquidity meaning that they will short it. This is going to get liquidated, and they will have a big win. Big win with this short, right? That's how they do it. That's how they steal this liquidity from here. And of course, whenever the price comes close to this long, this long is going to get erased, right? It's going to get deleted before it even get touched. So that is why I'm telling you, do not trade leverage. This is what is happening right now. Those guys are just grabbing the liquidity. They are exploiting low liquidity. They are exploiting that there is always someone in derivatives market betting on thing going up or down on way too big leverage, giving themselves way too little margin of error, and yeah, that's why we are having a little bit of a dump. And then you can say, but high-tech, but your own algorithm is telling us right now that you should not be in this market, right? Because here on the very screen that you're showing us, your entry just exited, right? Your trade just exited. Well, this is 15-minute interval, right? So this one is very sensitive to what is going on in the overall let's say market structure. It commits much more mistakes than hourly, for example. When I switch to hourly, you will see that I'm still in a trade, right, on the hourly. So this one is, yeah, I think I had prior to that I had a fake out. Did I have fake out? No, I didn't. No, it was actually a profitable trade. I'm lying. Yeah, so the one prior to that was a very profitable trade, and as you see, it started here. Yeah, it started here, as you see, and on the way up, a lot was going on the way up, right? A lot was going on. Here it got closed. Here it got reopened, and so far so good. It's in profit, right? So same as in prior trade. As you see, there was a lot of price action noise. At certain points, it looked like this thing was going to, break, but later on we found out that it did not, right? And so right now, I still don't see things that you should be worried about. I mean, other than Jim Cramer telling that you should buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. But he can change his opinion anytime. That guy flip-flops a lot. From you should own some Bitcoin or Ethereum to it's garbage, and you should never look that way. So that's why yeah, just read the chart. You don't look at the news. You don't look at what people tell you. You just look at the chart, what the chart is telling you. And right now the chart is looking okay. It's looking fine. It's looking like you should definitely not be. You should definitely be not overly worried about this little dip. I mean, not yet. Of course, let me tell you, it can unfold into something big. Of course, it has that potential. It always has that possibility. But is it probable right now? No, it's definitely not probable. When it will become probable, it will become probable close to fourth quarter. Definitely out of the summer season. We must get out of the summer season. Then probabilities will greatly increase. Why? Because much more liquidity will step into this market. So then you have to look at it with a very aware eye. Right now, this daily looks not the best. It's looking a little bit spooky, mainly because this low here has taken out any prior lows. But on the daily, to be honest, that's not the greatest of disasters, because daily candles there still have somewhat high level of noise. And noise means that you get information. From time to time you get information that does not really tell you what the market is about to do, right? That you get chunk of information from the chart, let's say, that is not betraying the true intention of the market, right? That you should completely disregard, you should neglect. So in order to actually know what we are standing on, we have to switch to the weekly. I think weekly is the main interval you should be looking at when you consider cryptocurrencies. Larger intervals, I think they give you signals way too late, like monthly, for example, way too late. And if you're not a very, very long-term investor, I think you should not even waste your time switching to monthly candles. So here for example, for the first time we made a weekly low, because here we started, right? All the way up until last week we had a higher lows on the weekly. This is the first time we have a lower low against the one from previous week. So that could be a little bit of indication that maybe we will need to go a little bit lower. Maybe we'll have like another week of a chop. Maybe we will have a little bit of a correction, but it's definitely not a given, because again, when we look at Heiken Ashi, for example, Heiken Ashi is looking good. Heiken Ashi is not red. And since we invited institutions and corporations, guys that are coming from TradFi, and they bring over all of their customs from there, all of their habits from there. Those guys, they mainly look at Heiken Ashi candles, right? Weekly, monthly Heiken Ashi candles. Here probably they will realize monthly Heiken Ashi candles are slightly useless, because this thing is moving too fast, so you cannot allow yourself for that much of a delay. So probably in terms of identifying uptrends or downtrends, they will be looking at the weekly, right? Because those make the most sense. And since even with that dip we are still in the green, I rather bet on them giving much more benefit of a doubt to what Heiken Ashi shows against what normal candles show, right? So it's I would say it's 55-45. And this week, after this week, we will not have a follow through of this correction that we are having now, which is very, very tiny. I mean, this is even a little bit hard to call it a correction. So far it's just price action noise. It can unfold into a correction, but something that I would call a correction in this market. But it's definitely way too early. So far on 15-minute, my Bitcoin position has been closed, as you see, but if I don't see it on hourly, I cannot really treat it with all seriousness, to be honest. It's just a little bit too premature. What allow me to amplify it, to make it a little bit bigger. So let me remind you. Where is the entry? Entry was here. So yeah, the only thing I don't like is that we made new law here. I take a notice of it. But it could be just a noise. It could be just a fake out, like literally with intention to trick those guys that are still around, because people that are trading now are mostly professionals. The retail interest is still very low, very very low. And if they want to bring it in, they must print much higher prices across entire industry. Literally everywhere, on Bitcoin chart, on altcoins charts, on altcoin charts, on meme coin charts, across the industry. Otherwise, retail will not come, and retailers are always the retail is always the element that delivers exit liquidity. Without the retail, this party cannot end. So sooner or later, something will have to happen to bring in the interest, and I don't really see any other possibility, any other option for them to bring in the interest other than much higher prices, right? Because like just try to give me an example. What else will make the retail to get interested in this other than amazing performance? Nothing comes to my mind, to be honest. So yeah, again, guys, if you have any questions, ask them in the live chat. I'll be restreaming this live stream right after I'm done with it, so it can gain a little bit more of impressions, a little bit more of views, because it's very difficult, especially when you're a small channel. It's very very difficult to get into that right time when people are actually sitting behind laptops or are on the phone and have a spare moment to spend it with you, spare time to spend it with you. So that's why I came up with this method of doing rest streams of my up-to-date material. So yeah, so that's why I practice it, right? But I try not to live stream material, for example, from the day prior, because the chance it gets irrelevant is a little bit too high, and I don't want to make it too boring. So yeah, that's why I rather do those rest streams from if I recorded in material the same day, right? In the meantime, of course, I will be making some shorts out of it, uploading it to my channel. So yeah, if you are still not on my YouTube channel, then of course do so. I mean, subscribe. If you prefer other platforms and you found me on other platforms, then give me a subscribe or a follow there. That's perfectly fine too. And I of course highly encourage you to get yourself a little bit of high tech, just like this gentleman did. He scooped up a little bit. It doesn't have to be a large amount. I even recommend you to go small first. Get familiar with the concept. Get familiar with what this project actually is your share in my social media indirectly, right? Indirectly, you purchase yourself a stock of my YouTube channel, of this YouTube channel, of my Rumble channel, of my Kick channel, of my Twitch channel. So it's a completely new approach to this type of assets, and that is why it ties me. It ties me to it, right? So it gives me a very strong incentive to talk about it, and not to leave it behind, not to pass on to another project, just like those guys here unfortunately do, right? They're very unfaithful. when it comes to the projects they promote. In my case, it's going to stay like that. I'm going to talk only about my own project, and the rest is just the background, like the market analysis I do here. It's very valuable though, because like I said, I'm sharing with you over 11 years of my experience. Um, I have written my own trading systems that perform very well, and meaning that I must know something about it, because otherwise they would not be able to perform. So as a professional, of course, I have huge advantage over all of the rest of creators in spitting knowledge here, right? So that's another takeaway from those live streams, from my activity here. All right, I'm thinking about what else could I add to the picture here. Let me take a look how SPY wants to open, because since we have a large participation of TradFi now, we are much more correlated to traditional market. SPY gives us pre-market prices on TradingView 635, so high, right? We want to open higher than we closed yesterday, so meaning that because this one actually mirrors what S&P does, SPY, but on S&P we will not see pre-market price, so we will not know. This one, as you see, is not giving us any information about what people are willing to pay for those shares here on the opening of the session, and then this one does. You see, this one does that. So yeah, it wants to open higher than yesterday's close, and that's good news. That's good news. So because since we Bitcoin likes to be correlated with SPY or S&P, this means shorts are about to get liquidated. So this is exactly what I'm expecting to happen. I'm expecting this chart to have a small, just like it recently had a small dump. I'm expecting it to get a small pump. So it is going to get back up, right back up, and liquidate the shorts. And worst case scenario, we continue to go sideways until we ascend higher. But in the meantime, probably altcoins are going to have a great time. That's my bet. So we had a little bit of a shakeout in the altcoins. Among altcoins, that's also very healthy, very, very healthy. By the way, let's take a look at altcoins charts. Totality 50. This one, I think, tells us what's the situation most accurately. And here, as you see, unlike on Bitcoin, we did not see lower high yet. So that means the altcoin market is literally stronger. It's in much stronger place. It has much more strength than the Bitcoin market, and it should be that way because Bitcoin pumped alone, mostly alone. It left altcoins behind. Altcoins in that time were correcting. They were overreacting to whatever Bitcoin did on the way up. So this is a natural, let's say, order of things. It should be like that, and it is like that, right? So I keep repeating it, literally almost every single day, that you should be buying up the whatever dip comes at you from the altcoin side. You should be buying it up with all your strength, and it's going to work very well for you in the next 12 months. I even go as far as to say in the next 12 months. I expect a huge correction sometime in the fourth quarter, but that is going to be a very good opportunity. And I think the whole rally will last into deep 2026. So yeah, we'll see. Of course, we'll see how well this one is going to age. So if we go a little bit irresponsible here with pumps, take a little bit of profit. Don't forget to take profits. Generally speaking, if you start to enter the profit zone, keep taking profit, and just so you have dry powder for that big correction in fourth quarter. The odds are very high behind some sort of a strong pullback in that time, because like I said, a lot of exit liquidity will form. So all of this what has been going on since the beginning of quarter two, second quarter, is actually a setup for a huge correction in fourth quarter, right? So but like I said at the beginning, in order for that to be anyhow making sense, we have to pump. We literally have to pump. Otherwise, it's like forget about it. If we don't pump, then if in quarter four probably either nothing will happen or we will even go higher. If we start pumping, if we continue to pump across the board until I don't know end of September, end of October, into maybe even into the mid November, then just pull up your guard. Pull up your guard, because heavy punches are coming. I don't know why this one does not want to um, load up. How is my live stream going? Okay, the connection is solid. So what the hell are you doing? Okay, let's try to do it that way. Interesting. It doesn't want to load up any more data. Okay, let's go over to others, which is my second preferred chart when I discuss altcoins. I think I mean up until recently, before I tended to use others. Am I saying it even correct? I used to tend to use other charts when I discussed altcoins, but after I discovered the total E50, I have come to conclusion that this one is actually giving us much more accurate data. But as you see, something is not going right there now. For now, so okay, let's switch to others. So here the picture is actually very similar. It's literally almost the same market structure in this scope. If we go to greater scope, it's a little bit more bullish than totally 50, even more bullish. So that is why my preference has totally 50, because it's not as hyped, right? It's I rather look at those charts that give me a little bit grimmer picture than those that are tapping me on the back and tell me yeah man, you're right, yeah, it's going to explode, it's going to go absolutely parabolic. I want to see the worst case scenario. I want to see things from that least attractive angle, and totally 50 still gives me very good vibes, right? Very good vibes. Huge things coming. So yeah. How long have I been talking to you guys? 54 minutes. What about the live chat? You guys are still very lazy when it comes to live chat. But yeah, it's probably because there is just not enough of you. But that will change. Get yourself a little bit of high tech. Keep asking questions if you have any, of course. Get yourself a little bit of high tech, because then my talking here is to pump your bugs, right? Then you employ me to make this thing go parabolic. Okay, remember about it. That's literally when you get involved with high tech. That's the type of relation we are starting. Like from now on, if you get high tech, from now on, I'm talking here on your behalf. so your bugs pump, and whatever I do is just so your bug of high tech pumps, right? I don't really see anybody taking this path with any other project. So that's why, like I said, it's going to change completely the industry, and for the better, for much better, because like when you look at those coins, like the Ponke, for example, right? The Ponke, sorry, the Ponke is the name of this profile. There is a bunch of people that are shilling it. Nobody really wants to take any responsibility for it. Nobody is really the face of it. Those guys that can disperse any moment and leave it with totally no ground underneath. So the difference in between my meme coin and that Ponke, for example, fundamentally speaking, is like night and day. The difference is abysmal, absolutely abysmal. Even though their coin, of course, is like 100 times bigger than mine, because me, I don't have a marketing team to work for it. And to be honest, I don't even want a marketing team. I want things to grow 100% organically with the power of my personality, with power of my charm, or lack of my charm. If you want to do it that way, I have no problems with that. If you want to joke about me, make memes about me, do so, because high tech is me, right? High tech is me. It's a meme coin, and it's me. So I even want you to, like, whatever funny I say, whatever wrong I say, because I'm not a native English. Whatever word I use wrong here in a completely different context, I supposed to do, because I don't know, I got confused or something. Yeah, make a meme out of it, right? Why? Because it will be making us money. So we literally then have that power to convert whatever imperfections are happening here to something that we can monetize. So yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. Even traditional market is looking up, is looking towards the sky, and that's supposed to be this way. Why? Because it already has been approved that a huge printing will happen in U.S. economy, and that will send everything parabolic, at least for some time, before huge inflation kicks in. So and people will realize what the hell just happened. That you should not be doing that with your currency. So yeah, I think to predict what's about to come is a little bit too easy in the grand scheme of things. I know when you zoom in, you can have your doubts. You can easily lose orientation, but that is why it's executed this way, just so you make wrong decision, you commit a mistake, and you transfer over that money to somebody else through the market. This is literally a place for that, the place for that to happen. Okay, let's go over maybe to my X for a bit. Just so I have a little bit of more of airtime, and maybe someone will come across and ask some questions here. So yeah, nmtd.hl has followed me. That's very nice. There are no allocations for private investors, centralized exchanges, or market makers. Hyperliquid extremists. Okay, so nmtd.hl probably will not like that I discourage people from trading leverage, but with hype, for example, as a coin, I don't know what kind of let's say inflation it has. Is it big or is it small? But from that standpoint, if, for example, Hyperliquid makes you makes you need hype to use them. And there is always gamblers in this world. Unfortunately, people will always gamble, even if everybody around tell you not to do it. Some of the people will still keep doing that. So that could literally indeed power up the value of hype, since they are their derivatives exchange on blockchain. All right, let's take a look what's going on my X timeline. So yeah, this is one of the big stories today that Donald J. Trump has met with Jerome Powell, and they had this very, very funny type of interaction here. You probably have seen it already. And yeah, Jerome Powell probably is going to resign from his position because there is a lot of pressure on him, and it's only increasing. I mean, Donald Trump is only adding; he's not easing anything. He's only adding more and more. So at some point he will say, yeah, you know what, I get paid like $200,000 a year because that's his wage. It's not worth it, right? He's not really making that much of money, $200,000 a year. In the United States, that's not highly paid position, to be honest. And he bears a lot of responsibility. What else? So let's keep it's probably political. Another whale that is 1 hour ago. Another whale from 2011 just woke up and sold 14,000 Bitcoin. WTF. They're selling it off to institutions. I don't think this. If you when you have 14,000 BTC, I think it's the dumbest move you can do. Is the dumbest move you can do is to at this point to sell it for fiat. I think that's literally the most idiotic thing you can do. But I don't know. Maybe those funds they got stolen. That also could be the case. Um, I cannot really come up with any justification for selling right now. Listen, even if it's about to, I don't know, fall 90% from it, it still makes no sense. It still makes no sense because fiat is the money you do not control. Bitcoin, you throw at it whatever you want, whatever accusation you want, whatever let's say critique you want. It's the money that you decide about. Nobody else decides about your Bitcoin. So that's why I cannot fathom. I cannot fathom why anyone holding from 2011 would sell it now. If they want to convert it into Ethereum, then that's even, oh my god, that would be so stupid. Ethereum, let me tell you, Ethereum has the biggest chances of going to zero out of all large caps right now. Even XRP, I think, is much stronger. It has much better. It stands on much better ground than Ethereum. Even if we consider that XRP has no smart contracts, Ethereum has smart contracts functionality. So here fundamentally one could think Ethereum is safer than XRP. Well, not really. Why? Because the competition among smart contract industry is so good that Ethereum poses no threat for Solana, for example. Ethereum poses no threat, and Solana is as of now is still smaller. The only reason why Ethereum is so big is still number two is because of the name, because of the first mover advantage, and that's it. Coinbase trading, nothing new over here by the dip. And this one is good. I'm going to steal this one. I'm going to steal this one, and I'm going to convert it into buy high tech. Because why not? So you will see it on my timeline after I finish this live stream. And like I said, if you buy high tech, you employ me to pump your bugs. Actually, one bug. Does that stock beat earning regularly? Beat earnings regularly? Do they have AI? Do they have Bitcoin in their treasury? Most importantly, do they have a hot chick in their brand marketing campaign? Finance majors don't teach this. Yeah. Okay, what else? Bitcoin 15M, good reaction from the zone. Many ads also briefly revived. We just need a little patience for wealth. Yeah, I agree. I agree. This is just nice. Even though my own algorithm has closed the position on Bitcoin, but like I said, on greater interval, one hourly, it looks good. Haikanashi, they look good. No need to panic as of yet. And liquidity setup definitely is not rewarding huge dumps now. Science, stablecoin super cycle. Yeah, that's true. Stablecoin industry is going to upgrade. Breaking global M2 money supply soars to record high. That was 14 minutes ago. Crypto saving expert. Yeah, there's more and more liquidity injection into the global economy, and that favorites our industry. Someone bought 3,962 Bitcoin for $3,000 and hodled for 14 years and moved today for $468 million. What a legend. Okay, so at least Vivek here. Vivek said, I don't know why he added Sen before it was just Vivek. Vivek, he pointed out a very important thing that he has written sold / moved, so he's not sure if it was moved or sold. So yeah, a little bit of more, let's say, honesty here from Vivek's side. Nice to see, because mostly people, they are very quick to take one approach, and it has way too great of a chance of being a complete misinterpretation of things. So kudos for that. I'd like to see more of it, in this space. Polish face while Trump is talking is absolutely priceless. And the Fed. Yeah, it is. It was a very funny skit, to be honest, that nobody really scripted. What else we're having here? When Ponke goes on his glorious run, many Bulls posters will come out of their shelves, linking a year-long Bull post of Ponke they stopped doing. Right now, you need to be the voice. It's your versus the world, Ponke. That's 32 minutes ago. Like I said, these guys, they will pass on to another project, and they will change their nicknames for the other project. Mark my words. And it's just a matter of time. Lil Nugget, normalize working for your bugs again. Yeah, that's what I do, but my meme coin has my name on it. So now I'm fully obliged to do that. That's a completely different type of relation. So as you see, this skit written by the Matrix is dominating my timeline of Trump and Jerome Powell in it. It's very funny. It's very funny, but well, yeah, a little bit too much of it. Is this real? Pressed on page. Is this real? Yeah, it was real. It's not AI generated. Live writes best scenarios, apparently. Galaxy Digital has transferred nearly 30,000 Bitcoin out today, most of which went directly to exchanges and were sold. Then Galaxy Digital withdrew 1.15 billion USDT from exchanges. Galaxy Digital still holds 18,500 for Bitcoin. So not much more, not that much more. So if this dip was caused by that sell-off, well, we took it like champions, to be honest. 13,000 BTC absorbed like that on so low liquidity, impressive. Because liquidity is very low. And how do we know it? We know it looking at liquidation levels, right? At this thing here. Far from impressive. $157 million liquidated on derivatives, on leverage, on the markets, futures markets. That's nothing. We've seen close to 1 billion in recent months. This is very, very low, given that we are so close to all-time high. The market participation right now is at one of its lowest. Okay, let's take a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Let me quickly see the live chat. The best. Okay, this one is a shield. Nobody cares, bro. Let me write it. This is my type of response whenever I see those shields. Never go. Listen, never go to those links. Even if you're interested for whatever reason in type of service they are trying to sell you, never go to those links, because there is a high chance there is some malicious script welcoming you there that is just about to steal your crypto. Yeah, we were checking this one. So 43 altcoin season index. The lower this one is, the more you should be buying the dip. That's my advice. Don't get suggested by it, because it shows you post factum state of things. It does not show you the future. Crypto Fear and Greed Index is 66, so way below 70. I like it that way. I want it to stay as cold, as low as possible. So yeah, this one is telling us we are definitely nowhere near to big corrections. That's my take. Even though, as we just have seen, we had a little bit of negative volatility, especially among altcoins. But I mean, let's be honest, for this market, this is nothing, right? This is literally nothing. So let's take a look last hour, how this one is looking. Hey is pumping, MDT is pumping. MDT, I missed that. My system missed that trade because it was way too fast. It was way too aggressive. It was some sort of a short squeeze that nobody really saw coming. But hey, probably, I think I have hey in a trade. Let me see. Yeah, plus 36% in profit. Where was entry? Here was the entry. So as you see, my system has it inbuilt to recognize what is the noise and what is not, right? So there was quite a lot of decline here. It had its opportunity to actually exit this market, but it decided not to, because measuring, the metrics that you don't really can see on a naked chart, there was no reason to execute the exit here, right? It held the position, and as you see, it was a correct decision. So yeah, today's what day is today? Today's Friday. Okay. I don't know why I thought today was Thursday. Okay, guys. So that will be it for today. I will re-live stream this material shortly after I'm done here. So more people can see it, more people can subscribe to my channels, more people can learn about high tech. You already know about it, so make good use of it. Get your whatever entry level of allocation here. Like it could be even $2, just like this gentleman here has done on the at the beginning of this live stream. I'm 100% sure you're going to be greatly satisfied. First, get a little bit of skin in the game, and join the trip, right? Join us in this journey, and you will becoming more and more familiar with it. You will become family more and more, and I think that way really great things are ahead of us. So yeah, thank you guys for your time, and I see you sometime soon. Cheers.